Hello YouTube, welcome in this fine day, and this is my Tinybones Trinket Thief historic Brawl deck. This deck aims to win by denying the opponent all of his resources and pulling ahead with Tinybones' first ability while actually finishing them with Tinybones' second ability. We have a few nice cards here, like Vicious Rumors is basically a 1-mana opponent discards one and you draw one card, which is a really strong card in that regard, right? We are quite low to the ground in the early game, while we can also pull ahead in the late game with cards like Liliana, Dreadhorde General, or just against green deck we have Phyrexian Obliterator, which just obliterates them, as the name suggests. Overall, I think you can do like a lot of nice switches in the deck. Like, I'm currently not running Phyrexian Tile because I want to maximize the Cabal Stronghold and I don't want to have too many non-swarms. And I feel like Emergence Zone is a bit better here because there are multiple lines of plays that can just really help you close out. A nice play that you can do in their upkeep before the main phase, like not in their upkeep but after draw, but before the main phase, if you starve them for resources, you can just flash in into by Exarch and then discard their only potential answer that way, right? Deny them the card before they can even have a chance to play that. Or what you also can do is they attack you, you flash an Obliterator in, and it's probably GG, right? Yeah, a bunch of hilarious plays you can do with Emergence Zone. And as for the flex slots, like Phyrexian Arena and Davriel Rogue Shadowmage, these can be replaced by another like 3-mana opponent discards 2 spell. I only have one of those in here currently, and that's Heartless Pillage, because that allows us to play Tinybones on 2, attack on turn 3 and use this with the raid, so it's essentially 2 mana, which is pretty great. Or it ramps us a bit, however you want to look at it. There is also the Tattered Mummy, which I don't use in this deck. It's the 2-mana zombie that each player discards 2. Currently testing Honest Blackguard here, because after all, Tinybones is a rogue, so you can play Owner's Blackout on 2, turn 3 Tinybones plus something like Vicious Rumors, or just attack with the Blackguard and Tinybones drill bit them. Like these kinds of play, and then have Tinybones with a +1/+1 counter on it. Also, Knight of the Ebon Legion can get +1/+1 counters, so there is also that synergy. I'm using Diagraph Ghoul over other 1-drops because it is quite aggressive in that regard. It is a decent proactive answer to some Planeswalkers. Like just having a 2-power creature is sometimes nice to pressure the opponent early. Also, zombies are like the tribe zombie is quite relevant for the card Cryptbreaker. Just a whole bunch of neat little synergies available in this deck. We run 25 lands because we really don't want to miss land drops, and we draw a bunch of cards anyways, right? And yeah, I think this is it. Also, one last thing before we jump into the gameplay. This deck uses a lot of its life as a resource, and there is, I believe, almost no way to gain back life except for Dread Presence. We lose life from Tinybones, we lose life from Phyrexian Arena, we can lose life with Phyrexian Reclamation and all those good cards, right? So yeah, your life is really a resource in this deck, and I hope you will enjoy the upcoming gameplay, and I will see you soon. We are ready to go against Selvala, Heart of the Wilds, and I think that should be a decent matchup. Yeah, Ravenous, Chupacabra, and Murderous Rider is exactly what we want to see. We don't really want to see the opponent going first, but oh boy, Lanuel. Oh my god. Okay, so we are on the draw, which is kind of what we don't want to see here. Oh, okay, perfect. They don't play Selvala, which is very interesting in my opinion. Yeah, drop Tinybones. And I don't know if their life total is more important or our life total. Like if they are apparently an elf deck, so depends if they want to combo off hard and kill us with Crater, so our life total doesn't really matter, or if yeah, let's attack. Or the other question is if they just go on to the Anthem strategy and win that way, so in that case our life total is actually relevant. Okay, so now we play Murderous Rider and they have the Veil of Summer up. Nope. Okay, swing in again. Nice. So next turn, in case you're wondering why I don't kill the land wells. So what I want to do here is I play Swamp and then Ravenous Chupacabra again, right? To just prevent them from really going off. And next turn I can Dread Present and Swamp to kill the land wells, and that's maybe a bit more efficient. Because now they will spend another turn playing the Selvala. Okay, there's the Great Henge, which I really don't want to see. I'm mono black, I can't deal with artifacts. But you know what I can deal with? Their mana. So let's do that. Kill the land elves. And swing in with the Chupacabra and the Gutterbones. And the Great Hedge will also make it really awkward to like kill things with Dread Presence now, like past these, because everything gets +1/+1. Okay, that's okay. They do gain a bunch of life though. Oh my god, they just they drew the right half of their deck basically. Okay. So how do we want to approach this? I think we start by attacking with the Chupacabra here. And yeah, okay, this is a block I really want to see. Because now I just go Red Prisons, kill you. And Raider's Wake and Phyrexian Reclamation and bring back the Chupacabra next turn. And I kind of really want to like deny them all the resources they have. Well, that's a great discard. Or maybe not, because that shows us that they have something really scary in hand. Okay, it's going to be hard. I am going to destroy the Beast Whisperer, but I really want a second way to like get rid of everything here. The second way to get rid of the Selvala. I think I will attack with the Gutterbones for the Raider's Wake trigger, essentially sacrificing that. Okay. And I need to deny them the card draw here, which is going to be quite difficult with the Great Henge on the field. But, and here's the nice thing, they do, okay, they are on the Anthem strategy, but they do run out of life eventually, right? I also can't really block the Chupacabra in general, because if they do, they just, I just bring it back, right? But they can't swing over the Steel Leaf Champion, which is annoying. Finally exits for... Oh! Okay. I mean... Yes, but actually... okay. Okay, they activate Leyline here. Oh, they don't. I'm just baffled because... Olympus just won them the game. To some extent. Well. Yeah. And we're just getting overrun here. Okay, so let's see. Yep, draw a card. That's not what we want to see. Attack with the Chupacabra. They won't block it. Yep, as I thought. And yeah, sure, total of the invasion. What do you have in here? Okay, Crater Off is a decent hit, I'd say. Pretty nice. And sure, let's go with the Midnight Reaper because that can block the Stylic champion. Yep, draw cards. Oh my god. The top decks. They're just peeling them away. Okay. I think... Oh my god. The Rex Sage. No, this is... Is this lethal? Oh no, we're one off lethal right now. Yeah, because of the Rex Sage. Because I really wanted to activate Tinybones. Okay, I'm going to just directly deal damage to them, but the main point here is that we want to gain life. So we force them to discard the card in their hand now. That doesn't matter, right? Oh, it does matter.
I hope this mask is intimidating enough.
It's target player, not each player. Yeah, let's get blockers and save our life total, shall we? They should have really attacked though last turn, right? Okay. So this effectively negates the life gain from the Great Henge.
Struggling?
Oh, it's a close game. I don't think they should have played the land though. Like, it's just another card in their hand to save them from not getting Tinyboned into oblivion. Yeah. Thorn Lieutenant. Most of these cards effectively don't matter because they have Crater Roof and Finale in the graveyard, so they can't Finale and get Crater Roof back. So, yeah, them getting Rex Sage off the top really, like, helped them here. So close. Vanquish's Banner also not that bad. Because we can currently block with a lot of stuff here, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacker. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. So we kind of don't want to see that happening, right? Yeah, one. We're missing one blocker. Okay. So if they attack everything at Davriel here. Okay. Oh, god damn it. So they found the end race. That was a really, really close game. Yep. No blocks. And that is the game. GG. We are against Jodah. I think we are favored in this matchup. Doesn't contain target discarding, which is always a bit concerning. If they... So here's the question. If they play something like a Paradise Druid, this hand is obviously... No, we go first, so... I think we can just do better. It's an okay hand, but I think we can do better, basically. I think this is us, like, doing better here. So let's see what they haven't had. Get their ramp out of that. Oh yeah, sure. Okay, it's always nice to see what the opponent is up to. And currently I'm not really afraid of anything. Next turn we can... Yeah, replay the Tinybones for mana efficiency. Next turn, like... Oh, it would be so great if they have a 2-drop here. Right? Because then we could Gutter Bones, Innocent Blood, hit them Drill Bit. But alas. Okay. Drill bit, sure. Honden of Infinite Rage is... We can't deal with that, basically. And it generates value where, like, infinite value, basically. So I think that's what we're going to take, because we can remove Garruk. Right, so what happens if they play the Garruk on turn 4? Yeah, I think we can deal with the Garruk, because we can just do something like Liliana innocent, like Liliana down tick on the thing and do the thing. Yeah, it seems like a good thing to do, and Honden is just annoying. And I don't really care if they go for something like Grim Tutor into Omniscience, because they will not be able to play the Omniscience due to the fact that Jodah is going to get removed. Okay, Mox Amber. I do like that. I also drew my own Mox Amber, which is great. I think Innocent Blood is very effective to have against Jodah in general. Let's swing in first. So the question is, I think we just start running them out of resources here. And I'm not sure if I should... So we keep the Innocent Blood. We've established that much. But if we... I don't think we can run them out of cards next turn. Right? So ramping one more into a... Like, trying to activate Tinybones off the Mox Amber next turn is pretty unlikely to happen, so we discard our own Mox Amber here. Okay, that's great to see. And next turn, if they play... Yeah, they just don't play anything. They have too many tap lands in their deck. Like, all these temples that do nothing for them. Which is great, to be honest. Oh, sure. Let's discard. Don't need you. Right. Yeah, it's fine. And then we... Elspeth's Conqueror's Death. Well, not Elspeth Conqueror's Death, but likely, yeah, they will discard the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, as I thought. I mean, we could have also flashed in the red in their turn, so we get a draw trigger of Liliana and then a Burglar Rat. A Burglar Rat trigger in their turn, because this is per turn, not only on our turn. Sure. So this is the fun part where we just... Yep, each player discards a card. Yep.
We're doing things my way.
And we sacrifice the Tinybones here. For overall value. Okay. Draw a card. And at this point it's going downhill for them. Oh, we got already Ultimate Liliana. Do we? Yeah, but we don't need to. Also, yeah, I also don't want to. I think I'm much... Oh damn, that's a lot of cards that I don't need. So, yep, sure. And then I will Ultimate Liliana next turn.
Sorry for your loss.
Okay, let's put a stop here. So we can put a stop there to toll up the invasion them. But I think this just kills them really quickly. Like, because I can just activate Tinybones next turn if they don't draw anything. Yep. GG. Good game. Garruk Cursed Huntsman is our opponent, and I believe they won't be able to get that out on the field. Depends how fastly we can deny them, and this is not a super fast start. If we draw a swamp, this hand is fine, right? Eat can kill the Garruk. I guess it's okay. Right? Question is if we play God of Bones or Knight of the Avalanche on turn 1. Because if we draw a Swamp or Curve, it's likely 1-drop, Tinybones. Oh no, we don't even need Tinybones because since we are dropping Hypnotic Specter likely on 3, we can drop Tinybones on 4 and then that's the first time they discard. So I will lead with the highest power on board and then play double 2-drop next turn. Let's attack. And sure, double 2-drop seems nice because next turn I can Tinybones and drill with them as well. And then have E2 Extinction up. We will see. A lot of choices to be made here. Sure. So I think we swing in with these two. They will block the Diagraph Ghoul. Oh, they won't. Interesting. Very interesting. And now I think it's better to just... Like, they seem to have a slow start, and let's capitalize on that by taking their most important card out of their hand. And... yeah, I mean... okay, so here's the thing. You can take the Questing Beast, and they will likely never get to, like... play the Lurking Predators because we will discard so many cards from their hand. So let's try to get to that point where we discard the card before they can play anything here. Okay. So that obviously needs to go, right? Otherwise... okay, they need to top deck a land actually. No, they don't. No, Garen Brick is only for creatures, so they actually do need to top deck a land here. Sure, you. Yeah, all of you. Okay, that is fine. Let's play the Hypnotic Specter here. And then let's hope they didn't top deck a land. Perfect, because that gets an E2 Extinction. Yep. Sure. Eat you. That goes 100% to the graveyard based on that hand. And sure, let's run out the swamp. And swing with everyone. And we also swing with the Gutter Bones because they block it here, right? But we're still pushing so much damage right now. Okay, nice. We're still pushing so much damage right now that it's worth it, I believe. Okay, they didn't draw anything relevant again, hopefully. Statue. I am 100% fine by that, because that means we can force them to discard whatever is the last card in hand. And...
and I might spare your life.
Maybe I should have taken the Curated, but this way, we swing for these two. Because if they double block Tinybones here, well, that would have been fine as well, right? It would have, because it killed the Curated. But I'm just thinking that I want to plus Lily next turn and then Tinybones them. Yep, and that is GG. Because discard. Yep, and Tinybones. GG. Garruk Cursed Huntsman is the next opponent, and yeah, sure. I mean, we don't have a 1-drop. I think we still run out the Vicious Rumors on turn 1 to run them out of resources, and I think that's more important than our own. Oh, perfect. Never mind. I didn't say anything. Oh, I'm so good at Magic. I'm amazed by myself. So that is one thing we can't Heartless Act. But you know what? I'm fine with that trading with the Crypt Breaker. But I guess that's not the case. So Tinybones, I run Tinybones out in here instead of activating Crypt Breaker because I have a clear-cut plan next turn to Heartless Act the Paradise Druid when it taps for mana. It doesn't, apparently. And Vicious Rumor them. And I can still create a zombie next turn with Crypt Breaker anyways. Or... oh boy. We could just be a real evil guy. You know? By attacking. And sacrificing. I should have missed one damage on the Crypt Breaker, oops. Sacrifice, discard. Yep. I think we don't need the Emergence Stone right now. And we sacrifice the Crypt Breaker as well. Nice. That is perfect. Just lovely. And if we draw land next turn... I mean, I obviously discarded one right now, but I still think it was a decent choice. Okay. Yes. There is our land. We can... Vicious... we can do Tuber Exarch to see what is up in their hand. Right? Okay, Grim Tutor. And... I guess... okay, it's a bit interesting. If they top deck a land, this is really bad. If we Heartless Act the Incubation Druid, they will run out Beast Whisper and we don't have an answer to that. So it's bad either way, right? Okay. And let's end the turn. No land. I'm actually fine with that. Oh my god. You know what the worst thing is? We can't kill that with Heartless Act. It's beautiful. Anyhow. I think this is the part where we just activate Tinybones over and over. And just kill them. Because if they drop Garruk next turn, they have to. Have to kill the Tinybones, otherwise they're dead. And they have to do that again when we drop it again. Yep. And we can force them to discard whatever is in their hand with the Liliana Steward here. Or mean Cultivate. Still, we discard the land that they have in hand. Because that allows us to draw a card. And they can keep that in hand anytime anyways. Do we force the discard with the card they know about? Or do we just want to be mana efficient here? Because if we discard it with the Steward, they may not... okay, so let's think. Yeah, we discarded with the Burglar Rat and because then next turn it's more mana efficient to do it that way. Yep. And we attack here, because if we attack the Garruk, they can play it again, and they can destroy the Tinybones with the minus. This way they can't do that, which is great. Yep, don't care about that. And whatever it is that you have in hand, you're likely dead. You do have a ton of mana. Crater would be unfortunate though. Yep, discard you. And that is good game. GG. Oh boy. Oh boy. Teferi, Master of Time. Haven't seen him as a commander yet. But it's going to be interesting. So these two cards are dead in the matchup, I guess. This card is exactly what I want. It's a 1-drop, but I think we can do better, especially on the draw. That is not better. That is definitely not better. I mean, resolving this is really great, though. But having a 1-drop is so important against, like, counterspell heavy decks. Let's just try. Just try to curve out and see where we go from here. Knight is even better, because that puts up even more pressure here. And if we draw another 1-drop, we will likely just go double 1-drop next turn. Since they are in blue, they don't have hard board wipes anyways, which is always a great sign. Do we try to drop the Tinybones here? Because on 3 I really like to resolve a Midnight Reaper. That is a fact. And Tinybones dodges more counterspell than Diagraph Ghoul. For example, Tinybones gets hit by Tail's End while Diagraph Ghoul is not. Yep, okay. This way we have 2 power on the field now. The rest is admonition, sure. And then we go Knight plus Tinybones, sure. Because we don't want to have only a single creature on the battlefield, we want 2. In case one gets bounced and we can still attack a Teferi here. Maybe I should have dropped the Diagraph Ghoul instead of the Tinybones, because that is more power. But now if they play Teferi, they phase out the Knight in response us activating the Knight, then we have 1 mana open and yeah. Okay. Okay, so we could just activate Liliana, but that just gives them a chance to sink their negate into something basically. Let's just go with the Knight into Diagraph Ghoul play. Just build up a board presence. Because, after all, mono blue requires us to shift gears a bit. We don't really need to run them out of resources if we have that start. Bone to Ash, sure. I'm fine with them countering that. And if they, as I said, as soon as they drop the Teferi, we will go with the Liliana and hope they don't spell pierce us. Yep. Now they plus, and we let them live right now. Oh, that's even better. Oh, beautiful. Emergence zone, don't need that right now. So we could just kill the Teferi here. Okay, so they even give us the option on them killing Teferi. But at the same time, resolving Liliana seems like a really fine thing to do. So what is more important, resolving Liliana or killing Teferi here? Teferi even activates our Tinybones over and over, so I don't think we actually need to do that. So let's go with Liliana. Just don't spell pierce me, please. God damn it, GG. Well, not GG, but nice. Vicious Rumor. No, just go wide on the board. It's really important. As I said again and again, it's important to. Okay, that's okay. Sure. No, that's also not okay, so we need to kill the Teferi now. Okay, swing in at Teferi with everything we have available to us. Yep.
I'll just come back yesterday.
Resources or try to resolve Liliana. I think if they play Teferi again for value, I will try to resolve the Lily. But for now, I'm just going with the Burglar Rat and whatnot. So the timer, they didn't have a stop when I played the rat, but they had a stop when when the trigger was on the stack. So that basically means Tail's End. And this probably is negate. So they have negate, Tails, and Swansong is yeah, sure. I mean, they should have just discarded that because now we get a 2/2, right? So that's kind of a misplay by them. So what's up next? Magic Mirror. They do want to draw a ton of cards, as it seems. So Tinybones kind of out of the window here. Okay, they are probably middle deck with too large. They play it like this. But at the same time, sadly we can't get the last card out of their hand. So let's just swing in. And try to resolve Liliana. Yep.
This isn't your average zombie horde.
And next turn we just swing in with everyone and try to kill them. If they play Teferi here, sure, that is fine. Mox Amber, nice.
Another happened.
Let's see. Okay, Teferi's too large, there it is. But the deck is basically built around only this and Psychic Corrosion as it seems, so it's kind of inconsistent, right? And as soon as the opponent knows about that plan, they can just discard the specific pieces. But I still think this is lethal, right? Well, let me think. We play this, sure. We play... That is great news for us. Sure. Yep. And if we don't take the Liliana here, we sacrifice Rat and Crypt Breaker. Yeah, that is lethal. You and you.
I love a good death wail.
Yep. And now we just activate the Knight a bunch of times and that's game.
Waste not one.
Because they just didn't have the patience with the Teferi. Good game. We're up against Tatyova, land ramp, and it seems like a bad matchup for us really. But Duress is what we want to see on turn 1. But I think... So the question is, do we run... Because, look, let's look at it this way. Most of the land ramp coming out from Tatyova, all the non-creature... They have a creature ramp on turn 1, but not non-creature ramp on turn 1. So I think I can hold off on the Duress one more turn, and then proceed to Tinybones, Duress, Mox Amber them. Yep, that's what I thought. And then I take their Cultivate or something like that out of the hand. Yep, you Duress them. Or Grazer really. Isn't... Oh damn, what a hand. Okay, I think I take the Spiral because it can replace itself. Well, technically not, right? But it's better to keep down land ramp against them if they have a field. So next, yeah, they're going to go Signet Elves into Field of the Dead. Yep, not really what I want to see. Ramp is pretty good though. Okay, and I think I will keep the Heartless Act for the Tatyova and not for the Land Elves because they can 1, 2, 3, 4. Very interesting. Let's see what's in their hand because I think I will use that anyways. No. I really don't have anything to play really right now. Let's see how they block. Yep, and then we just fill it out with the Reclamation. And since they will likely just touch over next turn, we will just Heartless act that. Oh, that's an oops. I didn't play that first. Interesting. Well, they should have played the Tatyova first and then played the land to draw a card. Yep, they realized. And now we Heartless act that. Pretty nice. The main concern here is that they have two creatures on the field apart from the Tatyova, so Liliana minus doesn't get them immediately. Swing in again, hit them for 1 and play the Dread Presence. And yeah, the start is not really that amazing, to be honest. It could have been better. Yeah, indeed nice. They will play another Tatyova, and now the question becomes, do we have... No, we don't. Okay, let's have a peek, shall we? Yep, and that is good game. Nice, GG. Let's see. Ajani, Strength of the Pride is our next opponent. Divest is pretty nice. Do we lead on Divest or do we lead on Digraph Ghoul? Against this deck, I'd rather take their 1-drop. Like if it's a lifelink, 1-drop, a Sarah Ascendant or something like that. Yeah, I think denying them the Zamaru is okay. But we won't swing in with the Tinybones here. Then that is a bit of a problem. We can go with the Spectre though, which is always great. They can Conclave Tribunal the Spectre. If that happens though, the Charming Prince is tapped and next turn we can pillage into Reclamation or drill with them. Yep. So Spectre is gone, as expected. And we can freely swing their way. We let them choose first what their worst cards are and then take the best card. So that's why we play Pillage into Drillbit and not the other way. Okay. Drillbit. Venerated Loxodon. They have to top deck a land to use this, right? But so this is 2 1/1s and that's a big boy. Very interesting. Because just flooding the board is really annoying. I think this pumps the team too much to let it stay in the hand here. And we use the land to, well, the last mana to put more pressure onto the board. Draw a card, sure. And rally, yep, they gain life. Doesn't matter too much here. Ah, damn, flooding. Okay. Reclamation. So I think yeah, it's tough. Oh, that's really not. Oh yes, perfect. Not so perfect. Swing here. And if they trade this, yeah, sure. Nice. But yeah, like they want to build a broad presence here, and them just plussing is really nice for me. Oh, I guess that really counters my great Digraph goal, right?
When we support one another.
But yeah, this matchup is not won by life, it's won by attrition. Sure. And I think I'm going to activate the Castle Lochthwain to have an answer here. Or maybe I'm just starting to ping them down. I think it's a nice... yes, here. Let's do this. Just because I can, right? Then just start pinging them down here. Oh yeah, true, and that's also very important if I don't want Ajani Strengthless with Pride to ultimate, which would also be really unfortunate and would suck.
Friendship feeds the soul.
Okay, they have nothing in hand, maybe a land and want to keep that in case we... Yeah, maybe they have a land in hand and want to keep that so they can stop me from using Tinybones, but there is no stopping now. Yep, land, Tinybones, burn them out. No attacks. And next turn I can just attack freely with the Burglar Rat and they probably won't ever block it, right? But okay, so if this is not a land, we can toll the invasion and activate Tinybones again, which is always a great thing to do, right? And they realize they have to put on the pressure. Yeah, they should. Yeah, they really should attack with the Sunwing. Okay, discard that card, please. Yep. And burn them out. It is indeed nice, thank you. Sweet.
Call for reinforcements.
Oh yeah, and there we have lethal for next turn. Oh no. Okay, they do that. Gain life with Elspeth, gain life with Ajani.
Find your inner strength.
Follow me to the
Okay, now we are on the back foot here. Interesting. You know what would be the best draw here? Yeah, we let that one go through though. So how many cards is that? Yeah, I think I'm going to Davriel and just keep everything back and burn them out with Tinybones.
Make this quick. I'm
Yep.
bored already.
They get damage on the upkeep from Davriel, and I can just, if they keep a land in hand, I can just Vicious Rumor that out of the way and then play the Steward as well, so I can remove the next land they draw also from their hand. They should minus Elspeth with the two human tokens probably, and then... Yeah, and then plus the Ajani. Yep. Oh no, they can... No, oh yeah, they can't play that twice. So they're playing that twice now, and then plussing the Ajani, which is a fine call in my opinion. But I think they should have just Elspeth minus twice, because in the long run having more creatures gives them more life, not the 5 life from the Elspeth. Because they're... Yeah. Don't think that was the right play. They should have also just minused and then... Oh well. Red into the graveyard in case it needs discarding. Sure. Yep, you. Kind of really want to draw that sweet
All I've left you.
instant speed discard to close it out. So how many creatures do they currently have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they gain 8 life from Ajani. No, 10. Damn, they're getting too much life. They're at a point where they just out-heal me. Which is not optimal. Because how many cards do they... Okay, it's 4. Perfect.
Do my best to support you.
Yep, they gain life.
Friendship soothes the soul.
Guess what I'm doing? Blocking. You, and am I dead? 3. No, I'm not dead, right? Can't use Phyrex in Reclamation though. Yep, it is indeed nice. Okay. Can I get more damage out of the graveyard here? Yes, I think I've lethal, right? Oh no, because they block with the Adento Vanguard, which is a good play by them. Damn, they're at 1 life. Holy shit. That was a really, really close game.
Loneliness can hurt.
Yep. GG. That was... Honestly, that was an amazing game. Nice. We are up and running against Narset of the Ancient Way. Not the best hand, but not the worst hand. Midnight Reaper is really nice against their board wipes. Prax Arena ensures us that we get a lot of value in the long run. Murderous Rider can answer the first Narset that comes down. I think I'm going to Duress on turn 1 because I also don't have a turn 2 play, so that is likely going to be Tinybones. So them playing Teferi, I don't think I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the Prison Realm here, because if they bounce with Teferi, at that point we have already 2 creatures out on the field, so that dies anyways. Because we play Tinybones, they go to another, yeah. We play Midnight Reaper, they can, yep, pretty nice. Like if they plus Teferi, it lives at 1 though, which is a bit annoying. So we have to drop the Midnight Reaper here, otherwise they can drop Teferi. And at this point, just drawing lands is fine because of the Dread presence. And please don't have anything relevant. Okay, thank you. And we just dropped the arena for value. Okay. Narset plus into shock would be optimal. Okay. They have birth of Meletus. So yeah. They have a wall coming our way which we can Innocent Blood. Okay, yeah. I think it's time for us to... Okay, they don't have blue available, and this is really the point where we want to get the Waste Knot in play. So I'd rather play the Waste Knot now safely instead, and being 1 mana inefficient instead of playing the Murderous Rider. Like holding up Murderous Rider in the instant speed, because we may not even be able to do that in case they decide to play Teferi here. Right. Okay, they can Narset plus and do some fun stuff. Conqueror's Death hits the Midnight Reaper. Interesting choice. And we could start them, like start to run them out of cards here. Do I just sacrifice the Tinybones here? I mean, it is a possibility, right? Use the Steward to sacrifice Tinybones with Rankle and whatnot. I think we don't need to. Like, I'm just going to, yeah. Let's attack here. And make them discard. And yeah, don't think I need to let them sacrifice a creature here. I'm fine in general right now. Yep. You discard something else, please. Considerable Sundering, nice choice, because that doesn't do anything anyways. No land. Okay, now everything is a bit more expensive. The Chupacabra is really nice against the wall though. They play Narset and Teferi.
Humble your mind. There is always enlightenment begins.
They proceed to gain life. So currently there are cards in the graveyard that they can... Like, I don't want to kill the Teferi Time Rattler in this case. Because... Oh yeah, there's a land, nice. The sole reason for that is they can get it back with Elspeth Conqueror's Death quite easily. So I'm just going to destroy the wall right now. Knight of the Abbot Legion, Tinybones hitting Narset to set up a kill on that.
Your intentions confound me.
Yep, they don't get anything back because we didn't kill the Teferi. And now it's going to get a bit annoying if they have a board wipe. That's a good card though. But we still have the Rankle in our back pocket.
I've got time. Keep up the pace.
So should we just go with... If we draw a swamp, we could go Dread Presence, swamp, ping them. Yes! Oh yeah! Oh, yes! Please tell me what your hand is, basically. So that's amazing that they just did that instead of waiting with that, because otherwise I would have tried to play it around Settle the Wreckage, but now I'm not, right? How do we can kill the most planeswalkers here? Yeah, with the Rankle and Murderous Rider, I believe. And the Murderous Rider is going to hit. Yeah, it's going to hit the Teferi. It's too good of a card right now. And then you hit this. I think that's fine. Or should I just give them a decision to be more damage effective? No, giving your opponents options is never a really good idea, so... Yep, going to kill the Narset.
I misjudged our communication.
Castle Ardenvale is a bit annoying though. It produces a bit of value. So they're thinking right now. Teferi time level. So be aware that they can now instant speed board wipes as well, which is probably going to be horrendous. So maybe okay, this tells us they don't have a board wipe at instant speed, which is always great, right? Killing the Rankle is also a really nice option.
Then act.
Yep. Wow, Knight of the Abbot Legion. I'm 100% fine by that. Yep. Okay. Okay, it is interesting. So we can't drop the Dread Presence, right, and then activate the Cobalt Stronghold. No, we can't. So we could just go with that, Dread Presence into Swamp, have 4 mana, and by doing that we can toll the invasion, basically, and drill bit every single card out their hand. And the token's annoying, right? The Rankle will hit the Teferi. The reason to play the Dread Presence and the Swamp is to kill the 1/1, which is always nice. But if Rankle hits them, I don't think the Narset is too relevant here. I want to kill the Teferi because Narset can come back. I just want to starve their hand, really. So let's try and do that. Dread Presence. 1 damage, 2 damage to this. Hold the invasion. Yep, you... Okay. So we deny them the land. And we deny the Teferi activation. Yep. Both players discard a card. And we don't want them to draw, obviously. I'm fine with discarding a Graph-Ghoul, I guess, because we have the Phyrexian Reclamation available to us. Yep, that is fine. Next up, like, even if they draw board wipe in this position, it's not the greatest to be in, because Phyrexian Reclamation can buy back so many things.
Meditate with me.
They drew land, yep, and that's good game. Yep. Attack you with everything. And GG. We could have even activated Tinybones twice. So, oh my god, that was like a whole ton of damage. Wow. Anyways, good game. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And first and foremost, I don't know why I didn't use these swamps all the way. Yeah, big misplay by me. Anyways, I think the deck is very nice. I think it's very flexible overall, like with the card choices. Because if you don't have Phyrex in Arena, you can play a 3-mana opponent discards 2 spell, and maybe that's even the correct choice anyways. Phyrex and Obliterator is only good in creature matchups. Never Druid though in creature matchups, so that's unfortunate, right? So that's a consideration to drop, because maybe we want something that is good in the creature matchups anyways, but also good outside of them. Yeah, maybe not. We will see, right? And yeah, overall pretty nice deck. Also not too expensive. Oh, never mind. I mean, so the problem with this deck is you can have a lot of budget options in here, but the core parts of the deck are mostly cards that are craft only anyways, so you can't really, like, okay, that's an uncommon, but yeah, like cards like Waste Not, you really want that card in the deck, and it can pop really off. But yeah, I think overall it's a nice deck. You can make a lot of flex choices in there. Tell me what you would replace in here. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.